Right, you. I need to talk to you.
Sir, I am...
Henry of Skalitz, from the garrison of the Royal Hetman, Sir Radzig Kobyla. I've heard a lot about you, my son. I'm pleased to meet you.
Oh, really?
Bishop Yaroslav? Sir, my lord, to what do I owe your interest in my humble self?
I was told you survived the massacre in Skalitz and warned the Talmberg garrison. You tracked down the raiders of a stud farm in Neuhof, wasn't it? To their hideout in the woods. And then you led Sir Radzig and his armed company there and joined bravely in the skirmish, and even killed their notorious leader by your own hand. And I believe you have many other deeds to your name. That's
Indeed I do.
quite remarkable, considering your age, is it not?
You're too kind.
Well, you're too kind, Monsignor. I'm just trying to do what's right, and what's needed.
Quite rightly, too, my son. I expect we'll be hearing more about you. But I assume you didn't come here to exchange pleasantries. Or am I mistaken?
Bishop sounds totally like Bernard. He does a bit, yeah. On a different microphone. I'm here about Johanka.
No, Monsignor, you're quite right. I'm here about Johanka.
Naturally. I'd be quite surprised if it were otherwise. So, tell me what's on your mind.
How did you find out about Johanka?
Word came to me of what was happening here. That some young girl was claiming to speak for the Blessed Virgin. I traveled here immediately, as my duty demanded, and observed events in Sasau incognito, in order to examine the matter at first hand.
I see.
Wonder if he was in the crowd that I beat up.
Why did you have her imprisoned?
Because she broke the promise she made to me, and persisted in actions that bear the signs of heresy.
A promise? What promise?
And what will happen to Johanka now?
I must weigh the gravity of her transgressions and investigate these alleged visions of hers. I consider it very improbable that she is indeed being visited by the Blessed Virgin. Nevertheless, I cannot at this time rule it out entirely.
That would mean she's innocent.
So you think it could be true? In that case, Johanka hasn't done anything wrong.
It's not that straightforward. Even if her visions were real, she was at fault for interpreting them as she saw fit and preaching to the people.
If I do that, I think that's going to...
So you decide
Yeah, I thought
just
that would
like
do
that.
that.
But you don't even know Johanka.
Damn reputation.
I certainly do not decide just like that. I'm thoroughly examining the entire matter, and you would be well advised not to question my authority. I will call Johanka and the witnesses, question them, and then pronounce a verdict.
Are you planning... Oh, will anyone defend her?
And will there be anyone there to defend Johanka?
Do you doubt my judgment?
I would never be so bold, sir. But surely it would be only just that someone should speak for Johanka about all her good deeds and so forth.
Naturally, I will also question those who would speak in her defense. Since you are interceding, I expect you have someone in mind?
Yes. Actually, me.
As I surmised.
Really?
But this matter does not directly concern you. Why should I allow you to appear before the court?
I represent Sir Radzig. My Christian duty would be a better one.
Johanka is my neighbour, and I have a Christian duty to come to her aid. I can't just stand by and do nothing.
I have to concur with you on that. Your concern seems sincere, so I will grant your request. Very well. You will defend Johanka. You may speak in her defense if you so wish, and you may also bring witnesses. I will question any such witnesses, and naturally I shall question Johanka too.
With
Thank
red
you,
hot pokers.
Monsignor. In that case, I'll need to speak to Johanka first.
That won't be possible. It's forbidden by the Inquisition procedure. Until the entire matter is resolved, Johanka can speak only to me and no one else.
Very good.
I would like to expedite the matter. The trial will take place in Sasau Church in 3 days' time at the latest. Come and let me know when you're ready to proceed. In the meantime, I will continue my investigation.
Very well, Monsignor. I had better get on with it then, sir. Farewell.
Before you go, you know Johanka longer than anyone else. You spent a lot of time with her, as I've discovered. Tell me, my son, truthfully, what do you think of this whole affair?
She's honest. She had some affair with the custodian. I don't think I should mention that. She's concerned about Matthias. Just a simple girl. She helps people here. I'd say that.
Johanka helped a lot of people. She worked her fingers to the bone helping Brother Nicodemus with the sick and injured.
That is certainly commendable. What else can you tell me about her?
I suppose it gives you the option of whether you want to get her burned or not. Who's got the hot dogs for the cookout? Oh, don't talk about food. I am really hungry. She's honest.
Johanka is an honest girl and virtuous. She's a good Christian who attends church and thinks of others.
Good. Please continue.
She's had some affair. She's concerned about Matthias. She's just a simple girl. I don't know what to say about the Virgin Mary bit. I don't know where it's going to go. That's the problem. I don't know where that... If I choose that text and it comes out with something weird... Oh, let's find out.
About the Virgin Mary?
I'm going to... right, let's go.
I believe the Virgin does visit her. Johanka is honest. She wouldn't lie about such a thing. And the things she says sound truthful and compelling. It really does seem like a heavenly revelation. Who else could it be from? But the Virgin Mary.
The origin of these so-called visions of hers must be investigated. But thank you for your candor. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Let's go for a simple girl one.
Well, before, in Skalitz, Johanka was sort of, well, just a simple village girl. I never imagined I'd hear her talking the way she does now. She's completely transformed.
A simple village girl. I see.
I don't know.
Do continue.
I don't know if that was the right thing to say. I'm going to say that's all. Because if I say she's concerned about Matthias, could that lead to the wrong conclusion? She's doing this for the wrong reason? Maybe. I'll say that.
That's about all I can tell you.
Is that really everything?
Yes.
I have nothing more to add, Monsignor.
Very well. Thank you, my son. One more thing before you go. Let me remind you that it's your Christian duty to report anything suspicious going on concerning the Church and the true faith, if you're aware of anything of the sort in these parts. If you prove yourself a commendable servant of the Church, I would also take that into account in judging Johanka's case.
All right, Monsignor. I'll bear that in mind.
Good luck, then.
Once you're prepared for the trial, go tell the Monsignor. Okay. Who else is up here? See Sir Sebastian's testimony. Talk to the Inquisitor. Right, who else do I need to speak to? Nicodemus, Guterres, Bathwench Adela. Right, we can do that. We can do Bathwench Adela. Or Adele. Could also just mean she cares about others. It could go both ways, that Matthias thing. And I don't want to get it wrong. Anyway, it's done now.
Adela, the Inquisitor is going to try Johanka in court.
Oh, Lord. I hope she's acquitted. I was absolutely devastated when they took her away.
I need people to speak in her defense, and I'd like to ask you to do it.
I don't want to go there. Really. I'm afraid of that Inquisitor. But you helped me, and so did Johanka. It's only right that I should try and help her. But what am I supposed to say there? I'm just a simple village girl. I don't know anything about these things.
That doesn't matter. You just be yourself. It should be enough to talk about all the good Johanka does here, and how she helps others. I'll send for you if you're needed.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, there's one. Is it going to give me a great big list of these to do then? Sir Sebastian's testimony. I don't want him there. Isn't Sir Sebastian? Yes, he's the wrong type of person, I think. I don't want him turning up and saying he bedded her. Bailiff Hashek's testimony. Oh, I never gave... I don't know about the bailiff. And who the hell's Father Fabian? He's the village thing. Nicodemus we can do, and Guta. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, Brother Nicodemus is here. B. Oh, no, that's no good. Pavel of Colin is there. Father Fabian. Oh, Guta was the tailor's wife, and I didn't really get that fixed, so... Nicodemus should be next door asleep.
Brother Nicodemus.
If I only get the right people there,
You've
we should
heard
be good for
something?
this.
The Inquisitor has decided that Johanka will be tried, but he's agreed that I can defend her.
That's really quite unusual. It must mean he hasn't come to a clear conclusion yet.
Yes. I'll get her out of it.
I'm afraid it may not be that easy. The thing is, I expect Johanka will say the same things before the court that she's been preaching.
What are you saying?
Well, I've been thinking about what she's been saying, and it seems to me her preaching has a certain progression. Are you acquainted with the notion of the three orders of man?
Oh, God. I don't want a religious sermon. Let's just say yes.
Yeah, I heard something about it. Those who work, those who pray, and those who fight. But what's all that got to do with Johanka?
Well, I noticed in her first sermon she primarily addressed the concerns of the common folk, and in the second, she criticized the nobility.
I see where you're going.
Ah. So you think she might start talking about the church?
Yes, I'm afraid she might. I dread to think how that might end up. Henry, you must warn her against that. She must show humility before the Inquisitor, and the wisest course would be to admit to being wrong. She's rather stubborn, but perhaps she'll listen to you.
But the Inquisitor said no one's allowed to see her.
No one except the Inquisitor's own men. You'll just have to think something up. I'm afraid Johanka's fate is mainly in your hands now. I'm relying on you. See you later.
Okay. Right. So I think I need to disguise myself as one of his own men, sneak in and talk to her. I think that's where it's going. You reckon? The 3 possible endings for this quest? Oh, cheers, Sharp. I wonder which one we're going to end up with. So, I didn't get Brother Nicodemus' testimony, though. Let's try this again. Have I missed out here? Testimony in court. There
Witnesses can be summoned for Johanka's trial. So I wanted to ask you if you give a testimony. Maybe some learned speech in her defense?
I'd be glad to do it. Johanka deserves my help. Such testimonies could carry a lot of weight. You should try and get as many as you can.
we go. But only of the right people, right? I'm guessing if I get the custodian, I don't think he's going to give her a good testimony. So we'll just get the good people that we think are going to work for this. To the inn. Go and wake up Pavel. I've got a couple of days. Oh, I don't need to get any testimonies from elsewhere around the map, right? Just checking. No. We're good. We're good. So I'll get the testimonies and I'm going to figure out a way of sneaking in and talking to her. Who's this fella? Stonemason. I wonder what ending we're going to get up with. I'm going to try and avoid getting her burnt at the stake. But I doubt the tailor's wife is going to say a good word. Especially as Henry didn't give the money back to her that he won. What do you reckon, folks? Place your bets. How are we going to do? I think she's going to be alright. I have faith. Where the hell am I? Oh, we're at the inn. Is that's not Pavel, is it? No. I bet he's asleep. I bet he's asleep in his room. Sure enough. So you're asking if we have faith in me? Yes, I'm asking exactly that.
Goodman Pavel, you're still here. That's a relief. I was afraid I'd miss you.
Ah, Henry. What would you like from me? Maybe you'd like to rob me of what I have left, or what is it this time?
He's changed his tune.
What on earth do you mean?
You stole half of the money you were supposed to donate. You robbed me, lied to me, and dishonored the Blessed Virgin on whose behalf Johanka spoke.
You do me a disservice, sir.
You're accusing me falsely. I donated the money I found in the place you described, and it wasn't easy to find either.
You mean half of the money I put there?
Half? What are you saying?
Don't think you can fool me. When it comes to coin, my memory is flawless. I remember exactly how much was there. 90 score groschen.
Well, then someone must have found it earlier and taken some.
Someone finds treasure and takes only half? Very fishy, I'd say.
No, not at all, actually. A lot of footpads think if they leave 1 groschen for every groschen they steal, it will absolve them of their sin, and they can line their purses with a clean conscience.
Is that right?
Well, there is a certain twisted logic to it. I know some merchants who think just like that. All right, Henry. I admit I jumped to conclusions.
Good. Well, now we've got that settled, there's something I'd like to ask of you. The Inquisitor has locked up Johanka. She's accused of heresy. I'd like to ask you to speak to the court in Johanka's defense.
Of course, Henry. You have my word. And the word of a burgher of Colleen ought to mean something. But to speak in defense of someone accused of heresy is no small matter. What do you want me to say?
The same thing you told me. That it was a sacred sign that you happened to be nearby when Johanka was speaking, and so on.
True. I'll tell the bishop that. You can rest assured.
Thank you very much.
Let's get them all burned.
Please wait here a few more days for the court to convene, then I'll send for you.
All right. For Johanka's sake, I'll wait. Take care.
We'll have a mass burning. That's what we'll have. Light the barbecues. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll just have a kip for a bit. And before I go to court, I will visit the bathhouse and get all scrubbed up, nice and clean. Get all my charisma boosting things going. This isn't a save. Should be. That will do. Hey, Ekolaski, nice to see you. Howdy, AJ, Mark, Albert, or whatever you wish to call yourself today. Still going with Mark for now. Don't know any. Oh, I do know an Albert. Yes, there's a neighbour's son. Well, not neighbour exactly, lives in the village called Albert. But I was just going to say, you don't meet many people called Albert anymore. You don't meet many people called proper names anymore. No Bobs and Sids and Jeff. They're all things like Rainbow and Jesus and all sorts of... Oh, and Khaleesi, which is a very badly chosen name. Daenerys. Yeah, I think people might be regretting calling their kids after Game of Thrones characters now. Up we get then. And off we go. It's going to be a burning. We're going to have a burning today. Oh, my horse was up the stairs all the time, and I never noticed. Just like the barbecues in Novigrad's town square. Yes. Oh, and I found out why they have having those barbecues. Because I've been reading the Witcher books. I haven't got through all of them yet. But it puts a lot of background into what happened, the events that take place before The Witcher 3. And oh my god, a lot of those mages totally deserve to get cooked. A lot of the ones in Novigrad were innocent. But yeah, the mages kind of brought that on themselves. Where the hell am I going? I need to speak to the local priest. Now that might be a tricky one to convince. I've not exactly done anything for him. Anyway, let's go see the armorsmith. I need all my stuff looking nice and clean. Repairs, please.
Greetings.
Training? No, let's just get repaired. I need to see the tailor as well. He can repair the rest. Taylor is just across the road, I think.
Lovely cucumbers.
Cucumbers? I don't need no stinking cucumbers. Right, is there someone in... Where the hell am I? Let's just check I'm in the right place. Oh, there's a bailiff. Well, let's see what Bailiff Heshek has to say. Oh, it's lockpick? Is he still in bed? Oh, he'll be downstairs, won't he? I know the bailiff's place. Here we go.
Come right up. It's a feast for your eyes and your stomach. It's hard to resist.
That's our scribe. Mr. Bailiff.
Master Bailiff, Inquisitor Yaroslav is going to try Johanka.
I know. He was here asking questions, too.
Oh? What did he want to know?
Various things, like how things are here, whether people are honest, whether we observe the fest days, and so forth. And then he asked about Johanka, about what she preaches, whether people come to listen to her and that. He's been talking to a lot of other people in Sasau, too. I even heard that Katra, the swordsmith's wife, invited him to dine with them.
That's interesting.
Really?
Thanks for telling me.
Better go and talk to Katra then.
Was he just asking questions, or does he want you to testify before the court?
Yes, he did ask me to testify, and I'm none too happy about it.
I see. And what are you going to say about her?
It depends what I'm asked, but there's not much I can say. I don't know Johanka very well. She seems virtuous and self-sacrificing to me. She's never done anything wrong, and no one here ever had a cross word to say about her, until recently. Maybe some gossip about her and Sir Sebastian, but I've heard similar talk about half the women folk here.
She's helped a lot of people here.
Johanka has helped a lot of people here, selflessly. Her heart is in the right place.
True, but then there's that preaching of hers. Folk have been falling out. They're split according to whether they believe Johanka or not. I don't know quite what to think of it myself, but I don't want to jump to conclusions. I'll wait and see what the learned bishop has to say.
I could pay him. Will you speak on her behalf?
Couldn't you add something good to your testimony for Johanka? I would show my gratitude substantially.
What? Are you trying to bribe me to commit perjury? The Inquisitor will hear how you're going about defending Johanka.
Oh dear. You misunderstood me.
Good Lord, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I expressed myself badly, that's all. What I was trying to say, rather clumsily, is that I'd be very glad if you were to speak on Johanka's behalf, because she really deserves it.
Well, I'll overlook your clumsiness then.
Thank you, Master Bailiff.
Thank goodness for a high speechcraft. Okay, that... I don't think he's going to be as useful as I'd perhaps hoped. Who's that in there? Try to persuade Johanka to speak with humility. Okay. Oh, she's in there. Guta's testimony. Let's go and see Guta. 90k would make the bailiff pretty rich. I bet it bloody would. And I bet he'd soon change his mind then. Right, I need to speak... Oh, the tailor's gone away, hasn't he? Oh, damn, I can't get my stuff fixed then.
Well... How did it go with that
I don't think
husband
it
of
matters.
mine?
Well, I tried all sorts of things. I did everything in my power. But nothing helped.
Oh, Henry. You were my last hope. All I can do now is pray to the Virgin Mary for a miracle.
Oh, she's a Virgin Mary supporter. That's good.
I need your help with something. I'm sure you've heard. Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor.
Who hasn't? The whole of Sasau is talking about it. And the Inquisitor was asking around about her.
I'd like to ask you to appear before the court and say something in Johanka's defense.
I understand, but you'll have to forgive me. I don't want to show my face there. Never mind speak for Johanka. I wouldn't want people to associate me with her. What with her being a heretic? See?
She believes.
People and their evil tongues. But I understand. It's a tricky business. I won't push you.
Okay. Let's get out of there then. So maybe if I'd done that quest and got it completed, maybe that would have worked. Father Fabian is in the church. This is the most interesting part of certainly the Johanka quest line. The combat was nice. There's a few fights I got into. That was nice. But this is actually the more intriguing part. Where's the way into this bloody place? Stealth kill. No, that's just a Skalitz priest. Okay, so he's not there. There he is.
Father, the Inquisitor has had Johanka thrown in jail.
I know, son.
He's planning a hearing.
Rightly so. It's about time this whole matter was dealt with.
I won't push you, Henry. You tried to bribe the bailiff Heshek like 5 minutes ago. You're wondering if KCD will be in Steam summer sale? I'm sure it will be. It was on a GOG summer sale a little while ago for 50% off. I think it was GOG or Humble Bundle. I forget which. But yeah, it's often on sale, so I'm sure it'll be in the Steam one.
What do you think about it then?
As I say, it's a good thing that the matter is being investigated. The things Johanka has been preaching are, to say the least, disturbing. Who knows what these dreams are that she speaks of? And her words are only putting ideas in people's heads and leading them astray. Now, instead of going to church, as they should, they go to her in the false belief that they will find solace. It's creating a chasm between the people and the church and leading them away from the true teaching left to us by Christ. They're misguided and swamped in heretical ideas.
I think I'd better kill him.
But Johanka is no heretic. She's a good, kind girl who's only trying to do the right thing. I'll defend her.
Suit yourself. But mind you don't get ensnared in her fallacies, and leave it to the bishop to judge the matter.
Of course.
Goodbye.
Get a reputation for defending heretics. I think my position as Lord Radzig's son and heir might be in jeopardy, I think. Okay, who's next? Who's that up there? Talk to Katra. Okay. Do I need to sneak inside and speak to... Where's the back of the... Okay, where's the back of the bailiff's place? There's the bailiff's spot. Is she locked up downstairs? I think I'll need to sneak in when he's not there. Which shouldn't be too hard. Is there another way in? Or is it... Oh, she could be upstairs. Find it unlikely. Find it very unlikely, but let's go this way. What I should do on the day of the trial is just go around and knock everyone unconscious in their beds. That would solve things. Let's see if he's got any heretical stuff in here I can blackmail him with. There was a quest in a game, some game that you had to... Oh, I'll take his groschen, thank you very much. A lot of books. Oh, this is the scribe's place. Okay, I'm stealing the wrong person. And where does this lead? Ooh. I think I shall leave before I get spotted. Although it doesn't say I'm trespassing here. Be cool if you could use windows to get into houses. That would be awesome. Is this trespassing? I find it hard to believe it isn't. That will be. See what happens when I go through this door. I saw someone go through this a minute ago. I'm sure I did. It's not what I was looking for, though. Hello. Right, so that didn't give me any clues to her location. What's in the house behind? Okay, let's go behind.
Well, I never.
Who's that? No way in through the hay? I didn't know this existed. This is a location I've not been in before. Might have been a treasure map up there, actually, but hey ho, we won't worry about that. Aha.